Welcome back to another episode of Inword News. This your boy Dre. And a lot happened in a week. First, Biden basically changed the law, basically on a whim. So now insurance covers 8 at-home COVID tests per month. It covers up to $12 for an at-home test if you pick outside of like the pre-approved companies for the test. So I guess there's like a list. And if you get one of those, you can get up to 8 for free. But if you go outside of that, they give you $12. But I don't know how much at-home tests cost. So I don't know if that $12 is worth it. But yeah, he changed that law very, very easily. So medical care is as expensive as it wants to be because nobody cares to change it. Big pharma's out here to steal our money. In March, Pfizer says that they will have a vaccine for the Omicron virus. So if you've been running around the streets yelling, touch, you can get that vaccine. We're going to be getting shots forever because, as you can tell, nobody actually cares to find a cure. Everybody just keeps shooting out vaccines like, lock down the country, pay for us to get ourselves, stay right, and have actual studies done on this vaccine. And I'm not one of those anti-vax people. I'm not one of those, conspiracy against the government. Realistically, if everybody in the world is constantly getting sick, for a fact there's not real research being done. They're not doing actual trials. They're injecting, they're doing like maybe 2 to 3 days of research and going, this works. Okay, this is good enough. They're not doing long-term effects, none of that. Hell, they just said that the vaccines have an adverse effect on women and their menstrual cycle, and women have been saying that since the beginning. Like, obviously y'all not doing long-term effects when people are telling you one of the effects and you're not listening to them. This I know there's not proper research being done into these vaccines. Now, yeah, my ass had to get it because, I'd have got fired if I didn't. Nigga got mortgage. And that's half the situation for a lot of people. Folks need it so they don't lose their jobs. And then some people are making minimum wage. So niggas is forced to get a vaccine that is obviously having adverse effects on people for $7.25 an hour. I accidentally made myself mad. Brooklyn Tech, which is a school in New York, obviously, they staged a walkout in hopes of implementing remote learning because even the children were like, there's no way in hell we should be risking our lives for this. And when you think about what goes on in high school, it's very true. There's no reason for you to be risking your lives for that. So, yeah, they all walked out. Hopefully, something comes of that. Because, some people will make a big news like, oh, the children are asking for change. And then they just change the law to where the kids are forced to go back, but they never actually change anything. Look out for that. It might be a bunch of Brooklyn kids getting arrested. Yeah, this critical race theory thing is getting out of hand. A bunch of books written by black authors is being taken from school libraries because they are being accused of teaching critical race theory. The books aren't even like racial books. They're just by black authors. So I guess that's enough to have them removed from shelves. I don't know. It's just good old-fashioned. Good old-fashioned racism. I almost said good old fascism. But that's a different thing. Yeah, good old-fashioned racism. So, black authors. This book was written in 1960. It's obviously about race. No, some people just wrote books. Now, yeah, being black, your race takes a part in everything you do. That don't mean everything we do is about our race. Remember that, life lesson. Okay, now, this part of the show, there's a trigger warning. Because it's about child abuse, like graphic child abuse. So, as of now, trigger warning is in place. A 6-year-old Chicago child is now dead because his dickhead mother and his siblings accidentally killed him. Apparently, the mother told her 20-year-old son and another unnamed sibling. They haven't named it. I'm assuming it's because that other child was underage. To hold the boy in a cold shower for an extended period of time. This caused the kid to vomit and then die. These demons then took the body and hid it in an abandoned house in Gary, Indiana. So they left the city and the state to get rid of this body. Now, I don't want you to think that they traveled too far. I think Gary, Indiana is like, I think a couple hours away from Chicago. The mother is being charged with first-degree murder, concealment of homicidal death, and obstructing justice. As of, she should have went to court this morning, as of when this drops, on Monday. So I'm recording that, but by Monday, when this comes out at 6 o'clock, she should have went to court. The 20-year-old son is being charged with aggravated battery, causing great bodily harm to a child under 12, concealing a homicidal death, and obstructing justice. He went to court last Sunday and is being held on a $3 million bond. The unnamed sibling charges hasn't been released. Like I said, I think this is just proof that the child or the other sibling is underage, so they're not going to release any information on him. But yeah, they said held underwater or held in the shower under cold water. So I'm assuming it was a 6-year-old kid that didn't want to take a bath. And, the parent was probably like, make him take a shower. And they held him under cold water. His body probably went into shock because he was being forced under cold water. And, his body freaked out. He's probably crying like crazy, threw up, and body went to shock. He was probably I don't want to talk about it no more. I hope they all get maximum life sentences. A New Mexico teen is being charged with attempted murder and child abuse after she was caught on camera tossing her newborn baby into a dumpster. She reportedly didn't know she was pregnant until the day before the baby was born. And after having the baby, she then freaked out, covered the baby in blood-soaked towels and 2 garbage bags, and then tossed it in a dumpster in 36-degree weather. It had to have been a home birth because they said the umbilical cord was still attached to the child. And I don't know who helped to deliver the baby, but obviously, it came out. They probably cut it from the embryonic sac and just wrapped the baby up, tossed it in a dumpster. Luckily, people dumpster diving was going through a dumpster and just happened to hear the child crying. So they found it. They took it to the hospital. But yeah, just everything about this sad. Apparently the mother of the teenager was also trying to defend her and say, all the, and I'm sure that's just a mother defending her daughter, but there's no defending tossing a baby in a dumpster. It's just no defense for that. Russia apparently has a repeat child rapist that they've decided to take care of permanently. They sent this guy to some penal colonies in the Arctic, meaning this man is being sent into the middle of nowhere in the coldest part of Russia. And I looked up Russia. They have reached -70 degrees Fahrenheit. So you just know how cold it is out there. So yeah, this guy's getting sent to colonies out in the middle of that to be taught a lesson. I don't know what goes on in these colonies. I don't want to know what goes on in these colonies. But apparently having a repeat child rape, they said, you know what? This guy's not learning his lesson. We'll get him a lesson he's going to learn. And they handled that. Trigger warning's over. The hard stories are out the way. If you want to go back and watch them, scroll back and watch them. If you're glad that you missed them, we're moving on. China got an artificial sun that apparently burns 5 times hotter than the one we got on Earth, or the one we got for Earth, our actual sun. I don't know how you make a sun. I don't know how you personally do it, but let's keep an eye on that. The last time somebody created the power of the sun that could fit in the palm of your hand, it was Otto Octavius from Spider-Man. So Snoop Dogg, he's now launching a hot dog business. And this hot dog business will be called, you guessed it, Snoop Dogs. Hey, my man Snoop gonna make some money regardless. He don't care what it is or how it's done. Snoop gonna get to that bag. So yes, I will be buying Snoop dogs when they come out, just to support my man. If they good, I'll let y'all know. If they bad, I'll let y'all know. But I'm gonna get some just cause, you know, shout out Snoop. And now on to the y'all hiring segment. Kendra sells condos is her Instagram name, and she does just that. She sells condos. She also sells townhomes or townhomes. So if you're in the Atlanta and surrounding areas, and you know you need a place to lay your head, you know, hit her up. Also, if you need to sell, she can do that too. Whenever I talk about realtors, I always focus on the whole buying thing. They also help you sell. So if you want to get rid of your spot or you want to rent it out or something like that, hit her up as well. She's a two-way street. So get you or sell your condo today. Monte is a baker in Atlanta. He also goes by the Crunch Cake King. Monte can bake is it Monte or Monte? He's black, so I think it's Monte. Monte can bake just about any sweet, but he got something called a cake jar, where it's just a cake in a jar. And he does cookies and cakes and all that stuff, but I saw the cake in a jar. And I'm just like, yo, I like to eat cake, but a lot of times I'm like eating it with my hand and got crumbs everywhere. I got to hold the napkin. So I can just hold a jar and eat it like that. Yo, shout out to that. It's such a simple concept, but I'm very intrigued by it. What you call it? Yeah. So if you like cake and you also don't like to get icing all over your fingers when you eat it with your hands like a barbarian, like I do, he's got just that for you. Also, eating it out of a jar with a fork is the same as eating it off a plate with a fork, but somehow I'm still mesmerized by the idea of eating it out of a jar. Maybe I just want to eat it out of a jar. Hit him up. Also, if you want to order or get a custom item, he has instructions on his Instagram for that. It's a little like, I think, instructions or how to buy or how to order. Go to his Instagram. Art Darling Co. is for the alternative folks. They have all kinds of jewelry, trinkets, and accessories for those interested in stuff other than like the normal, regular things. We all remember those emo days and soft punk days and, Avril Lavigne, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, all that, Green Day. It's basically for people like that are always like that. It wasn't a phase for them. It's just who they are and how they like to live. But they got all that stuff. So if you like that, that's your style. That's what you like to do every day and all the time. And I see a lot of black folks are into that. Hit them up. Go for it. Also, white folks, hit her up. Give her some money. Minu is an apparel and clothing company that has fitness and leisure wear. They also have it says convertible adhesive bras. I don't know what's converting, but I know what adhesive means. So it's like the ones that like push up but stick to you. So you don't like strapless and stuff like that. They also got body tape. I saw one, they got a picture on Instagram where it's just like a bra made out of body tape. So I guess you just stick here and then you tape it up and it's just like all tape. So if you don't want to wear a breast, but you want to keep the girls inside the dress, if you don't want to wear a bra, but you want to keep the girls inside the dress, the body tape is just for you. They also got like different collections. I don't think for the body tape, I think just for like the fits as a whole. So check out those collections. Obviously, I don't know if it's a color scheme or if there's like different styles. I'm just a man. This is mostly women's stuff. So I'm okay with being clueless. I'm the ignorant noodle. I'm the noodle, and sometimes I'm ignorant. What am I going to do? But yeah, check them out for yourself. Go buy you something. Buy your girl something. That's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.